Hello students, this video is in continuation of the previous video. Here I am going to discuss about desorption. Desorption is a process which is opposite of adsorption. Means in adsorption molecules जो हैं वो surface पर आकर intact होते हैं. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? डिसऑर्प्शन मीन्स जब वो मॉलिक्यूल्स एटम्स इंटैक्ट हुए हैं तो व्हेन दे ब्रेक द बॉन्ड्स एंड गोज बैक. सो द प्रोसेस ऑफ रिमूविंग एन एड्सॉर्ब्ड सब्सटेंस फ्रॉम अ सरफेस ऑन विच इट इज एड्सॉर्ब्ड इज कॉल्ड डिसऑर्प्शन. यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड इट विद दिस डायग्राम. Here is the process. This is adsorbent, this is adsorbate. हाइड्रोजन के जो एटम्स मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं, and this is adsorption, and when they goes back in the same environment, this is known as desorption. Now we will study about adsorption isotherms. What are adsorption isotherms? As the name signifies, iso means same and therms means temperature. It means these are those graphs where we kept temperature कांस्टेंट, जहां हमने टेम्परेचर को कांस्टेंट रखा है और हमने कुछ ग्राफ्स ऑब्टेन किए हैं. इट इज अ ग्राफ बिटवीन द अमाउंट ऑफ द गैस एड्सॉर्ब्ड पर ग्राम ऑफ द एड्सॉर्बेंट एंड द इक्विलिब्रियम प्रेशर ऑफ द एड्सॉर्बेट एट कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर. दिस इज नोन एज एड्सॉर्प्शन आइसोथर्म. द वेरिएशन ऑफ द अमाउंट of the gas adsorbed by the adsorbent with pressure at constant temperature can be expressed by means of curve, and that curves are known as adsorption isotherm. As this relationship was first given by Freundlich, and he gave a relationship between the quantity of gas adsorbed by unit mass of the solid adsorbent and pressure at a particular temperature. The relationship can be expressed as follows. This is the graph which is in between amount of the gas adsorbed per gram with versus pressure or with pressure. It is very much clear from this graph कि जब हमने अलग अलग टेम्परेचर पर ग्राफ को ऑब्टेन किया तो टेम्परेचर बढ़ने से जो गैस का अमाउंट है वो कम हुआ है एड्सॉर्ब. टेम्परेचर कम होने से और प्रेशर बढ़ रहा है तो गैस का जो अमाउंट है वो ज़्यादा एड्सॉर्ब हुआ है. सो दिस इज़ द रिलेशनशिप. अगर हम इस ग्राफ का लो प्रेशर वाला पार्ट ऑब्जर्व करें तो इट इज़ लुक्स लाइक अ स्ट्रेट लाइन. स्ट्रेट लाइन की तरह लुक करता है, आता है. अगर आप ज़्यादा हाई प्रेशर वाला ग्राफ ऑब्जर्व करें तो इट इज़ स्ट्रेट लाइन, or you can say it is constant with respect to pressure, and this is the part which is at intermediate range of pressure. So this is the graph which follow this statistics. Now we will discuss about Freundlich adsorption isotherm. The relationship which we obtained in our previous slide, when we take log of both sides, जब हम दोनों का log लेंगे दोनों sides का, तो what we will observe, हमें क्या मिलेगा? We will observe this relationship log x upon m is equals to log k plus 1 upon n log p. This k and this n both are constant. ये दोनों constant हैं. To test the validity of the Freundlich isotherm, we can plot a graph between log x upon m with log p, and we obtained a straight line graph. This straight line graph shows log k is the intercept and 1 upon n is the slope of the graph. So this is Freundlich adsorption isotherm. The validity of Freundlich isotherm can be verified Freundlich isotherm explains the behavior of adsorption in an approximate manner. The factor 1 upon n can have values between 0 to 1. Probable range जो होती है वो 0.1 to 0.5 होती है. Thus, equation holds good over a limited range of pressure, which shows that adsorption is independent of pressure. But if we see the above equation, where मैं पुट करूं 1 upon n, 1 ले लूं, x upon m kp के बराबर आ जाएगा, तो x upon m is directly proportional to pressure, which shows that adsorption varies directly with the pressure. Both the conditions are supported by experimental results, and the experimental isotherm always seems to be approach saturation at high pressure. This cannot be explained by Freundlich isotherm, thus it fails at high pressure. This is Freundlich adsorption isotherm. This is the limitation of the Freundlich adsorption isotherm. Now, applications of adsorption. These are the different fields where we find the applications of adsorption. Production of high vacuum. The remaining traces of air can be adsorbed by charcoal from a vessel evacuated by a vacuum pump to give a very high vacuum. This is the application of adsorption. The second one is gas masks. Gas masks is usually used for breathing in coal mines to adsorb poisonous gases. Third one is control of humidity. Silica and aluminium gel are used as adsorbents for removing moisture and controlling humidity. सिलिका के जो छोटे छोटे पाउचेज होते हैं वो हमें बहुत सारी मेडिसिन्स में भी मिलते हैं और हम घर में भी यूज़ करते हैं, दालों में, उन सब चीज़ों में रखते हैं, जिससे कि अगर उनमें मॉइस्चर भी आए तो दैट इज एब्जॉर्ब्ड बाय सिलिका और हमारी जो दालें हैं, खाने की चीज़ें हैं, वो खराब ना हो. The next one is removal of coloring matter from solutions. This is the next one. Animal charcoal removes colors of solution by adsorbing colored impurities. यहाँ पर हम animal charcoal use करते हैं. Heterogeneous catalysis. Heterogeneous catalysis is the another one. We will discuss this topic in detail later. Separation of inert gases. We know what are inert gases. Even that we can separate them by using charcoal. Charcoal use करके हम उनको भी separate कर सकते हैं. Next is in curing diseases. A large number of drugs are used to kill germs by getting adsorbed on them. Next is froth flotation process. This process you will study in detail in your next chapter, that is general principles. But froth flotation process में भी हम इसका यूज करते हैं adsorption process का, and you will study it later. Adsorption indicators and chromatographic analysis. Chromatographic analysis based on the phenomena of adsorption finds a number of applications in analytical and industrial fields, and chromatography we performed in labs also, and after performing that particular practical you can easily understand the chromatographic analysis. So these are the applications of adsorption. Catalyst and catalysis. This is the second part of the chapter. First of all, we will understand what is a catalyst. We know that a substance which is going to be change the speed of a chemical reaction without being consumed in the process is known as catalyst. हम बहुत सारे catalyst हम use करते हैं industries में for obtaining better results in different processes. So these are known as catalyst. And what is catalysis? This phenomena is known as catalysis. So catalyst affects only the rate of the reaction. It means that catalyst is not going to be involved in the reaction. It only alters the rate of the reaction, basically increases. It changes neither the thermodynamics of the reaction and nor the equilibrium composition. Promoters and poisons. Yes, promoters which increase the speed of the process, or you can say positive catalyst. Whenever we use in a reaction, they increase the rate of the reaction. They are known as promoters. A substance which enhances the activity of a catalyst is called catalytic promoter. Here are some examples. Molybdenum acts as a promoter for iron catalyst in Haber's process. And poisons, which are opposite to promoters, a substance which lowers the activity of a catalyst is called catalytic poison. And examples are carbon monoxide and arsenic. These are the two examples of catalytic poison. Promoters are those which increase the rate of the catalyst, and poisons are those which are going to be decrease the rate of a reaction. Catalyst basically. Types of catalysis. Catalysis of two types: homogeneous catalysis and heterogeneous catalysis. What is homogeneous catalysis? When the reactants and the catalyst are in the same phase, means either solid, either liquid, either gas. That is known as homogeneous catalysis, and this phenomena is known as homogeneous catalysis. Examples of homogeneous catalysis are oxidation of sulfur dioxide into sulfur. You can see here your nitrous oxide is your catalyst. It is in gaseous state, your reactants in gaseous state, and your products also in gaseous state. So that is known as homogeneous catalysis. Homo means same and geneous means state. Heterogeneous catalysis means where catalyst or reactants जो होंगे वो different phase में होंगे. That is known as heterogeneous catalysis. The catalytic process in which the reactants and the catalyst are in different phases is known as heterogeneous catalysis. These are the example. You can see here platinum is used in the oxidation of sulfur dioxide. It is in solid phase and your sulfur dioxide is in gaseous state. So this is heterogeneous catalysis. Adsorption theory of heterogeneous catalysis. What is the theory behind this adsorption in heterogeneous catalysis? The mechanism involves basically 5 steps. 5 steps हैं इस mechanism में. First is diffusion of reactant to the surface of the catalyst. Diffusion होता है reactant का surface के ऊपर catalyst के through. यहाँ पर A और B हमारे reactants हैं. Catalyst surface having free vacancies हैं और उसका diffusion हुआ है. Second is adsorption of reactant molecules on the surface of catalyst. जो हमारा adsorption होता है reactant molecules का on the surface of the catalyst, वो process हो गया. The third step is occurrence of chemical reaction on catalyst surface through formation of an intermediate. एक intermediate बना और हमारा एक intermediate का formation हो गया. After this, desorption of reacting products from the catalyst surface and thereby making the surface available again for more reaction to occur. And the last step is diffusion of reaction products away from the catalyst surface, and the surface of the catalyst, unlike the inner part of the bulk, has free valencies which provides seat of chemical forces of attraction. So these are the 5 steps which involves in the heterogeneous catalysis. Basically, it is the adsorption theory of heterogeneous catalysis. In this way, heterogeneous catalysis occurs.